Today I want to tell you a story, and it begins with a question: are you going the wrong way? What do the signs say? Should you turn around or keep going? And that's exactly what I was asking myself on the day I left for the airport to go on my big camping road trip with my son, sleep in the middle of nowhere in his 3-man tent for 6 weeks, and I was worried about everything. So anyway, my friend picked me up in the car, and within about 15 minutes, I realized, wow, I don't have my purse. I always have my purse. Who leaves for a trip and forgets their purse? Well, anyway, is this a sign? I didn't know. We turned around, got my purse. We still had time. All was well, but it did make me wonder if maybe this was something I should be considering, but didn't let it get in my way. Got to the airport, checked in, got to security, and couldn't find my driver's license. I always have my driver's license. Well, I went through my purse over and over and over again. I even sat down on the floor of the airport, emptied out my entire purse, probably shed a few tears, and thought, I can't get on a plane without a driver's license. What am I going to do? Maybe this is a sign. So I went over to the ticket counter, and they said, no, nobody's turned in a driver's license. And I thought, well, now this was my only option. What am I going to do? This really might be a sign. And just as I said that, someone behind the counter said, oh, look, here on the floor is a driver's license. Of course, it was mine. Now all was well. I went through security. Next thing, look at the departure sign. It says Portland. So that's where I'm going. I head over to the airline, wait a little bit. They call that the airline is boarding, and they scan my ticket, and I'm walking down the entryway to get into the plane, and someone calls out, oh, are you going to Portland, Maine? I said, no, I'm going to Portland, Oregon. And this seemed so ridiculous. The fact that they actually scanned my ticket. So anyway, my plane, Portland, Oregon, was leaving on the other side of the airport. So here I am running through the airport. It's a really hot day. My bags are banging against my legs, and I just knew I'm not going to get that window seat I was counting on because it was a long flight. And sure enough, the only seat left was middle seat in the back of the plane. And I sat down. I was so exhausted, and I thought, I can't believe this isn't a sign. This is just ridiculous. I've never had this amount of things go wrong. And just as I said that, the people next to me turned out to be so nice. They were going to a lot of the places that I was worried about. They had a guidebook they lent me. They weren't worried about anything. They were only excited. And I thought, I want to be like these people. And I realized that all these things that I was looking at as signs were really just challenges. They were just testing me on some level. And what I learned at that moment, and it was a huge lesson that I've carried with me ever since, is that just because things don't go your way or things don't go right, you don't have to stop. There's no reason to stop when things go wrong. So sometimes things just don't work out. That's it. And it's not a reason to stop. So what became clear that morning is that obstacles are everywhere. And I'm often the one scaring myself by my own interpretation of what's happening. I'm creating the obstacles. I'm what's holding me back. And I don't need to do that. Because as always, fear is just getting in the way. And fear is tricky. There are so many ways that it shows up. So the solution: question what stops you. The next time a sign shows up, ask yourself, what does this sign really mean to me? Is it important? Is this sign pushing me back into my comfort zone? And do I want to go there? Do I have someone I can ask for a different perspective? Am I overthinking what's happening? Am I allowing fear or self-doubt to get in the way of my own inner intelligence? Do I really want to stop and turn around? One more thing. On a serious note, there are some signs worth listening to. Danger is one reason, and sometimes you know that it's time to turn around and stop. And when that happens, you're listening to your intuition, and that's the voice that knows what's best for you. The difference: Bravery is speaking, not fear. So now I want you to think about what you really want to do and what signs will make you question yourself. Will you let that happen? Remember that pushing past all the things that stops you feels great, because nothing feels better than being brave. So until next time, when I'll share the exact questions you'll want to ask yourself when the army of no's comes your way, and don't worry, you'll be ready, and you might even feel a little sorry for them. So if you're enjoying my stories and the tips I share, please subscribe. And if you'd like even more brave tips and tools, go to www.bravery.com to subscribe to our newsletter for more brave tips and tools. Until next time, see you later.